From star attraction to saturation. For most of the 2010s, an ever-larger map was the ultimate selling point. Publishers boasted about square kilometers and draw distances. Fans expected to scale the next distant mountain simply because they could see it. Yet somewhere between Assassin's Creed Odyssey and Cyberpunk 2077, the thrill of sheer size began to dull. A cluttered minimap and a sea of copy-pasted side quests now signal fatigue rather than freedom. Open worlds still have their place, but their ubiquity is stifling creativity, and players are noticing. The narrative knots of borderless design. When anything can be tackled in any order, writers lose their most powerful tool, timing. Key revelations risk landing out of context, and emotional payoffs fizzle when the player shows up 40 hours late, over-leveled and out of sync. Even story-driven giants such as The Elder Scrolls V, Skyrim, or Horizon Forbidden West struggle to keep a tight dramatic arc. Memorable side stories often eclipse the main plot simply because they're easier to structure in an open landscape. Content creep. When more becomes meh. Procedurally scattered fetch quests, enemy camps, and collectible trinkets originally filled the gaps between handcrafted moments. Over time, they became the experience. Ubisoft's tower and tickbox formula, though efficient, left players drowning in icons. Even masterpieces like The Witcher 3 carry a layer of serviceable but forgettable filler designed to pad the journey rather than enrich it. Hub worlds, compact spaces, concentrated impact. Hub-based design, think Deus Ex, Dishonored, Baldur's Gate 3, splits a game into discrete, interconnected zones. Each zone can be dense with bespoke encounters, environmental storytelling, and secrets, yet collectively span an epic adventure. With a known entry point and exit for every area, designers can choreograph dramatic beats the moment a player arrives, ensuring major characters and twists hit precisely when intended. Stronger stories. Writers know exactly where the audience will be during pivotal scenes, so dialogue, enemy placement, and set pieces can be tuned for maximum effect. Hand-tooled detail. Smaller spaces invite micro-details, overheard conversations, dynamic NPC routines, unique art assets. Players still roam freely, but within boundaries that designers can polish. Less busy work, because no square meter must justify itself. Filler content becomes unnecessary. Every quest, puzzle, or secret earns its spot. Case studies, proof in practice. Game structure result. Baldur's Gate 3, 2023, 4 hub regions plus micro-dungeons, 100+ hours of reactive storytelling without bloated fetch quests. Mass Effect Trilogy, 200712, Normandy hubs, planetary hubs, tight cinematic pacing, award-winning narrative cohesion. Dragon Age, Inquisition, 2014, partial open world praised for scope, but criticized for repetitive side zones. Franchise now pivoting back to hubs with Veilguard. Deus Ex, 2000 and Dishonored, 2012, self-contained city blocks, emergent gameplay in sandboxes small enough to memorize, yet rich enough to replay. Why the shift matters now. Budget realities. AAA development costs have ballooned. Rendering a seamless world the size of a county isn't sustainable for most teams. Player behavior. Completion rates for sprawling games remain low. Many players never reach late-game content developers spent years crafting. Hardware headroom. Even with SSDs and next-gen consoles, streaming an ultra-detailed content without loading hiccups is still tricky. Loading discrete hubs sidesteps the issue. A blueprint for the future. Prioritize density over distance. Design zones where every alley or forest glade tells a mini-story. Gate progression with purpose. Use narrative milestones, not arbitrary level locks, to open new hubs. Leverage fast travel as fiction. Starships, Mass Effect, ferries, God of War, or dream portals, Elden Ring limbo areas, can double as exposition stages while masking loads. Iterate, don't inflate. Post-launch expansions can add new hubs instead of expanding borders, keeping each drop focused and manageable. Conclusion. Time to trade kilometers for character. Open worlds revolutionized gaming, but the metric of greatness can no longer be measured in map size alone. By revisiting hub-based structures, Where narrative rhythm, environmental artistry, and meaningful choice thrive, developers can deliver experiences that feel vast without being vacuous. The next big leap forward may, paradoxically, come from thinking a little smaller.